For 100 days, rain, hail and shine, Ollie Langridge has been camped out at Parliament with one message. He wants politicians to declare a climate emergency. Unfortunately, that call to action has not been accepted yet. Today, to mark his 100 days, Ollie was joined by crowds of others, young and old, in solidarity. Jonathan Mitchell was there.
At lunchtime, several hundred students, protesters and curious passers-by grabbed a billboard and cheered as Ollie Langridge took to the stage on Parliament's grounds.
Welcome everybody, and thank you for being here today. I am humbled and overwhelmed by your support.
Watching on were politicians from Labour and the Greens, including Chloe Swarbrick, who has failed to get a climate emergency across the line in Parliament. However, she called for the crowd to be staunch in their beliefs and keep fighting.
The first step that you can make is to call it out and to demand action and to use your feet and not to switch off. Because divided we will never, ever, ever win this.
Protesters came from far and wide to be with Ollie Langridge today. Jane O'Shea travelled south from Hamilton.
Well, the Arctic's on fire. The Antarctic is starting to melt in a way that the scientists thought would happen at the end of the century. All the projections are at the worst possible scenario that has been put forward by scientists.
Meanwhile, Diane Cairns-Murphy, a grandmother, says the politicians need to act now.
I've got fabulous grandchildren. We need to leave the planet in a much better place than it already is. We're running out of time already to change it. I want them to have as good a country, as good a life as I had growing up, you know.
And high school student Rata, with a number of her mates, took the day off school to protest. She had this message to MPs.
You need to just make a change, because climate change isn't going slower, it's not slowing down, it's actually speeding up. And you need to make a change and do it now, because soon it's going to be too late. Ollie
Langridge says he's not giving up hope.
The goal of a climate change emergency has not been achieved within the 100 days, but that's not yet. So I live in a lot of hope, with a lot of faith and a lot of courage and determination that what we're going to do now is going to just make a lot more conversations happen in that building, and a lot faster too.
He says he's copped a lot of flack from members of the public about his protest, including for having 5 children.
Occasionally people say, yes, what are you doing out here because you've got 5 kids, that's crazy, and they equate the problems around climate change to the number of children, and then that goes into overpopulation.
So what do you say to them?
I say, no, I don't believe you, I don't think that's true, and come and have a chat to me.
Ollie Langridge plans to scale back his protesting on Parliament's lawn to each Friday, in the hope that he'll be joined by many others to get the message across. In Wellington for Checkpoint, call Jonathan Mitchell, 10.